Now it's not on a stand. It doesn't work anymore.
The secret invasion of life.
Yeah.
Action!
J.B. Martin. Ryan's Super
Skrull.
Sharp. Super bad scroll.
If I make myself green, I was wearing the same exact fucking thing in the last Secret Invasion episode. Because we recorded them both at the same, because we got Secret 2 episodes first, so we can just say that. Same clothes.
Just bleep that part out.
Same day. I'll never tell. That's our Secret Invasion.
So, episode 2, I didn't understand the hate for episode 1.
Episode 1 got some flack.
I thought it was
Yeah.
decent
It was
for what
alright.
they were trying to set up. You have to set the fucking shows and movies up. People act like you can't have a little exposition and a little bit of setup before the shit gets rolling. You have to. I don't understand.
Well, that's why they usually do like the 2-episode premieres. Yeah,
It makes
because
sense.
It's like
Yeah.
first episode is like, hey guys, we're setting the tone. And then like second episode is we're delivering on the tone that we set
Right.
up in the first episode. Right. So episode 1, spoilers, full spoilers by the way. Episode 1 ends with Maria Hill, who's been in the MCU since Avengers 1.
Avengers 1.
I believe. I
At
don't think she
least.
was in
I don't think she was
Thor
anything else,
or
no.
maybe Thor, maybe the first Thor movie.
Maybe.
Like we're in the
Yeah, when they were
shield,
doing
like,
the
with
thing.
the hammer. Yeah.
Maybe.
Strong
It's been
maybe.
forever since I've
Yeah.
seen Thor. I know
Yeah.
Coulson was in it.
Coulson's in it. Yeah.
But I don't know if Maria was.
Yeah. Maybe I hope we get Coulson in this show. Is he dead?
I don't even know how that counts anymore with the way they've done all this stuff. But even if since Avengers, that's 11 years ago. So
Yeah.
that's a pretty good run.
Yeah. No, it's solid payoff for her character too, because it gives Fury more stakes going forward in the
Right.
series.
His number one for the last
Years-
11 years, basically
years,
just
yeah.
bid
even
it.
before that, you know what I
Well,
mean?
like Coulson, I think was his number one, but then he dies in Avengers,
Okay.
and
I
then
see what you're
she
saying.
was like number
takes
2,
over,
so
yeah,
now she is
in
like
Winter
number
Soldier
1,
and
right?
Stuff. She's
yeah.
like with him. Yeah. So, episode 2 starts. What episode
As
2
it picks up.
promises?
Well, they do a
episode 2.
flashback.
Yeah.
They do
Yeah.
a flashback, and they show you pretty much immediately after Captain Marvel, which is cool.
Yeah, we get like an immediate follow up to Captain Marvel.
Right. You
which
get
is
some
fucking
1995 stuff and
awesome.
1997
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and it turns out like Nick Fury was like trying to protect all the Skrulls on Earth, but was like trying to get them to just blend in.
Why he
You
looked
know?
for a planet.
Well, he looked for a
why
home.
Captain Marvel looked for a planet.
Right.
Excuse me.
Right. And he was waiting for the page.
The pager.
It's like all the Skrulls are mad at Fury. Go be mad at fucking Brie Larson.
The one with the superpowers.
Yeah. Nick Fury lost an eye.
He's just like a really smart human.
He's just an old man.
Yeah. He's just like, but no, I mean, like, he's definitely clever.
Yeah.
He's almost like Tony Stark level clever.
Smart,
Maybe not
yeah.
like
Intelligent,
but he's definitely like street level Tony
strategy,
Stark.
tactical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's all he is, though.
Yeah. I don't know. But that like the train scene where like Ben Mendelsohn is like getting pissed off at him. You know what I mean? It's like,
You abandoned us.
you
It's
weren't
like,
there for us. And
it's
he's
like, you knew where I was.
and we're back. So Ben Mendelsohn is basically explaining that like all the Skrulls are already on Earth.
Right.
They're all here. And Nick Fury's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you didn't tell me that. He's like, you lied to me. And he's like, no, you were gone.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't have a
years.
choice. What would you have done if your people were going to die?
Yeah. My favorite line is, humans can't coexist with other humans.
Yeah, and you want us
This
to do another
planet isn't big
species?
enough for 2 species. Yeah. Humans have been fighting since they could walk.
Yeah,
Since
it's
the
a good
dawn
line.
of time. Yeah. Fury has 2 great fucking deliveries, speeches. And this when he's talking to Talos.
Oh, the Cheeds.
And then in a couple other scenes later, we get Don Cheadle's after Nick Fury because he's AWOL and they think he's behind the attack on Moscow, right?
Right.
Were they?
And even
Yeah.
he kind of hints that even if he doesn't think, like, I don't think that you necessarily did it, but you've basically
You're
given us a
number
black
one
eye,
suspect.
and we're going to blame it on you. You're,
Right.
you're under arrest. You're
yeah.
fired.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
Yeah. Which, I mean,
Yeah.
is kind of... I know Rhodey through the whole thing has always kind of been, like, back and forth with kissing the government's ass and being a rebel. But, I mean, it really seems almost
he went
too
from,
much.
Like, colonel to, like, he worked his way up in the military, and now it's, like, assumed that he's, what, Secretary of State?
I think, like, Secretary of Defense, I think, is what he's supposed to be.
Probably Sec Def.
But,
yeah.
like, he's, like, pretending... When Nick Fury's right, it's like you're just not going to...
Sec Def for the POTUS. I know my terms.
But like it is. I mean, unless the whole thing is Rhodes doing that to cover for everything to make it seem, and that's what the big twist is going to be, that he is going to help Fury. Otherwise, it's a little over the top for Rhodes. That was the only problem I had. He was like, so screw you, because Tony did that shit to him constantly, and he forgave Tony constantly.
Right. It doesn't
Nick Fury
really,
does it one time. It's like, I don't give a
yeah.
shit what you've done to save the universe. You're fired, bro. We're
You're
going to send you
done.
to prison. Like, what?
Yeah. You can't
Huh?
fire me. You're firing me? I love that.
Yeah.
And the other
They
guy
sent
like,
you?
try and walk him out.
Yeah.
He like just fucking like rips his thumb off.
Yeah,
or,
like,
breaks
snaps
his
his-
arm.
yeah.
Oh my god. Fucking
It's
A,
like,
dude.
you took my title, but you think you're going to take my DNA. Yeah, that was a good line. No, he's just like, it was.
Yeah,
I love
man.
Samuel Jackson.
I don't think we'll get Rhodey fighting Nick Fury. That's not like
No, you got to
doesn't
remember,
fit his character.
they're setting up
you know.
Armor Wars also.
Right.
So you got to.
This is set up for a lot of different shows. It's like potential setup for Captain Marvel 2. Like
It'll lead right into that.
or maybe Captain Marvel 2 is before this because he's still up on Saber.
I know, maybe. I still think we get the super climactic shaves his beard, eye patch scene.
It's in the trailer.
Steps out with his rope. See? I didn't even see the I don't watch most trailers unless we
I
review
have to
them.
because we put them behind.
When you like
us.
super watch them.
right.
I casually glance because I don't really
I have
want
to go watch.
You're
I
like
have to
in
go
depth
download them and then put them back. And while I'm editing, I'm like watching the trailer
over and
I'm
over
like,
and over.
Damn, they fucking. Oh.
I know the
Why
whole
are they-
show.
Why are they showing? Like, don't watch the trailers for this show unless you want to be spoiled on like 90% of the things. Like, you can read in between the lines and like Cap 4, Harrison Ford is playing the president. Well, Harrison
there's-
Ford's not
he's
the
not the
president in
president.
Secret Invasion, so what
No.
happens to the president?
And again,
Don't worry.
no spoilers. He's not dead right now.
they
We're just
show
saying.
it in the trailer though.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like, I won't say what they show in the trailer, but read in between the lines and
yeah.
you can go figure it out.
Mm.
Yeah, but is it the president or is it the Skrulls? Because a bulk of the Skrulls, are just like prime ministers and like
They all run the world, basically.
all run the world. That scene when they're like cutting between each person reporting on like the Moscow attack, I'm like, you're a Skrull. Cut, you're a Skrull.
Yeah,
Cut,
the way it
you're a
was-
Skrull,
yeah.
You're a Skrull. And then it like cuts and they're like all changing. I'm like, no, really? Like, God. What's the point of being the bad Skrulls anyway if they still have to pretend to be like the prime minister and like on the UN? Just so they can do things whenever they want? Or it's like, well, now you just have like a ass ton of responsibility.
Well, I guess you're still not to the point where you could just go crazy. Because you're right. You could just be like, we're all in charge of these things, turn everything on the people. But I don't think they still have the numbers or everything yet, which is why they're trying to like develop
That's why
the
they're in,
serum and all that.
Chernobyl
Right.
and shit. Yeah,
'Cause they're
and,
not
like,
yet
hiding.
there.
Yeah.
And they say like 3 times in the episode that they're worried about the Avengers coming back.
Well, because we have to say Avengers. to
Well, this is the
remind
first thing that
everybody.
actually like does
Yeah.
hit you in the face, because most shows you're like, where the hell is everybody? And at least this one, they're like, we're trying to be covert as possible and keep this a normal
They don't want-
political thing,
Yeah.
so they don't interfere. Because
They
if
don't
it's
want
just
heat.
countries
Yeah.
battling, then that's none of their business.
Yup.
So I don't know. I like it. I'm digging it. Like, I like the tone. I like the more adult tone. I like how like serious and sad some of it gets. Like, I mean,
Yeah, I'll take 6 episodes at an hour as
Yeah,
opposed
like
to
almost a
9
solid
episodes
hour.
at 30 minutes,
Yeah.
like She-Hulk was. Like, that was too many episodes, and
it
they were
flew
too
by
short.
too.
Right.
Yeah.
This episode was
Yeah.
good.
This is a really good episode. Yeah, Amelia Clarke is killing it. Ben Mendelsohn's killing it. Sheeds is killing it.
Yeah.
Nick Fury.
Watch it
Samuel
just for
Jackson.
that lunch scene. That's amazing. It makes the Loki season 1
gonna say.
scene garbage.
Yeah. This and Loki might be
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah.
As the 2 best. Yeah. No, I'm very pleased to watch this show going
Yeah, so
forward.
far it's good, yeah.
It's good MCU stuff. Yeah. And it's payoff to like original shit. That scene with Rhodey and Nick Fury is like, those are pre-Avengers 1 characters.
Yeah.
Like,
You're getting the old school stuff.
from like before 2012.
Yeah.
Before most people shitting on the MCU were even fucking born. Mic drop.
Based off of that, loosely. But
This thing
yeah.
is definitely creepy. Those animatronics, when I was a kid at Chuck E. Cheese, I was like, no.
there's definitely a lot of lore, too, in Five Nights at Freddy's. You know,
Okay.
like, they actually go back to, like, some of the old locations and, like, show you some of the things they reference in the first game. Like, yeah.
Do you think